Welcome to the Round of Mexico here at the Autodromo Vincente Rodriguez, just outside of Guadalajara. Sean Angel and Alex Allen make a all-BFM front row. Noah Hart is in third, Grayson Azevedo's in fourth, fifth is Scott Roush. Kind of a normal starting grid if you ask me. Trek Tauger sixth, Eddie Shimpadkar seventh, DJ Curtis is in eighth, with Kenny Myatt ninth. Myatt needs some pretty much better luck coming up here. 10th for Bouchard, 11th for Arndt, 12th for Madeline Myatt, that is, 13th for Rahal, 14th for Baskinger, 15th for Davidson, and as we keep going down the order, Caldwell, Freeze, Team Reddit Davis actually looks pretty quick around here if you look at seeing some of where, like Rahal in 13th, and I think Monaco's also somewhat high up the grid as well. This track is a very slow speed, short track. Griffin, Bichelia, Dodd, Shepard, Brock, Jones, Monaco. This is the closest thing that Dodd's going to get to a home race, as he's from Puerto Rico, and this is, of course, in Mexico. Pericles, Dormitory, Fitzwater, Halleck, Vanderpesch, Dunbar. Not a great weekend for the team, the Pertec Team Australia team. Charlotte, Dover, Wallish, Gurian, Lamas, and I believe last is Becca Moss, who, this isn't a very good track for the Silver Speed Brigade either, because they rely a lot on top speed, and this track doesn't seem to need that. They'll be strong, I think, next week in Brazil. But outside of that, this track is a very interesting one that requires the drivers to be racy on it if they're going to make a move. Now, we're unsure of how this race is going to play out because it's the first time we've been here. However, this track is one of my favorite so far, the new tracks we've seen in a while. Let's go down to the race. It's an all-BFM front row here at the Autodromo Vincente Rodriguez, here, just outside of Guadalajara. And here we go. We're coming down to the green. It is a flat half mile, or just 7/10 of a mile oval. And here we go. Green flag is out. Great start by Sean Angel. Bad start by Alex Allen, who's just been cleared to race this race on Friday, and actually has been doing a pretty good job on this track. As this is, of course, a pretty flat half mile, or just over a half mile circuit. So they are a little concerned though about the how the driver's going to be able to handle this track. As Sean Angel leads the first lap. Noah Hart and Scott Roush are right now battling for second now, as they've both gotten by Alex Allen. Eddie Shimpadkar's looking down low as well. Kenny Myatt's also worked his way up from, I believe, 9th on the grid. And so this track is very wide and it's very flat. There is no banking on this oval at all. It's part of a greater road course complex that kind of meanders around the backside of the course, or the backside of the grandstands over there. The road course does. So you're right now seeing as Eddie Shimpadkar takes over second position from Scott Roush. And now you've got Sean Angel leading this race over Padkar, Roush, and now Myatt has gone by his teammate. Nick Pericles and his Silver Speed teammate John Arndt are currently leading the points right now. However, this is, Arndt's doing a lot better than Pericles. Pericles, I believe, is actually outside of the points right now. Yes, he is. And so he is going to have to do a lot better here, as this isn't a track that really Silver Speed was expected to be all that strong on, because it doesn't really rely on engine power all that much. As you can see, it's very flat and very, like I said, very flat and very much reliant on cornering speed. So the Autodromo Vincente Rodriguez is going to be a very difficult track for, let's say, somebody like the Silver Speed Brigade. As Pericles keeps falling backward, as now, wow, Fitzwater went up a couple of spots, and I believe Halleck, they were expecting these cars to do quite well, and Halleck, I think, started toward the back of the grid, and now he's all the way up to 27th, so great to see Halleck with a great start. Chris Dodd has not had a great start to this weekend. He has started all the way in the back of the order. However, he is pretty quick, so I would expect him to start running up the order as soon as possible as well here. It's all very reliant on how he gets through this field. Scott Roush now is battling with Kenny Myatt. Roush, of course, has the outside, and the outside off the corner isn't actually all that bad of a move. However, now you've got Myatt just kind of diving down low, just trying to continuously hold a position, as I think he's going to get it right there. Yes, he does, as now you just continue to pick off lap by lap here. It's a 170-lap race, and it is a very, like I said, difficult track to really get your feet underneath you. Toward the back, you've got a Nick Pericles once again now has gotten to the inside and is starting to pick cars back off of. There's Kyle Bisceglia in the, Daniker car there. That car is not expected to do well here either. I believe his teammate Ryan Griffin is way in the back. Those cars are very much engine power oriented. And this track, and they're quite heavy actually, and this track just isn't going to suit their needs at this stage. John Hart made a pass on the outside of DJ Curtis work here. However, Curtis is going to try and fight back on the inside here, coming out of turn 2. Just gotta keep trying on this track. This track, like I said, isn't the easiest to get by, as now it looks like Pad Car is looking to set up Angel for the lead of this race. So it's all very patience-oriented, this track is. You've got to be very patient with what you're going to do here. It is a longer race. We're expecting it to be one of the longer ones of the year, out of the 130s, that is. So the Mexican race will be a very interesting one to watch as the race continues. Now, we were expecting the Reddit Davis car Volvos to do quite well on... I'm sorry, those Volvos are Volkswagens. They're Volkswagens, I'm sorry. Volkswagens to do well on this track. However, we really haven't seen much of that. I don't know where Eric Monaco is. Monaco's in 13, so this track does suit them. They're not great on engine power, but they are light and nimble, so they will be working their way up the field, I think, pretty quickly. Eddie Shimpadkar, the Pakistani driver, looks underneath Sean Angel for the lead of this race now, as very well-timed move by Padkar, doesn't need to rush it, and Angel's going to let him go at this stage, so very respectable driving for the lead of this race. First caution on the race would come out on lap 12. As Kyle Bisceglia would get hooked up here, as would hook Nick Pericles around, and around Bisceglia goes into the wall, and Madeline Myatt joins him off into the wall there. We're going to take a look at that one again. Yeah, Bisceglia tries to make it 3 wide, and Pericles doesn't really realize it. Pericles goes around and then comes up and takes out Bisceglia, and then Madeline Myatt spins out in avoidance there. Not a whole lot Myatt could have kept it a little bit under control, but that one's all on Bisceglia, I believe. Sean Angel and the BFM Brigade would once again have terrible pit stops. That's kind of emblematic of their racing here, so they have all had bad pit stops. So Eddie Shimpadkar will lead Kenny Myatt and John Hart back to the green. Zayden Davidson in 4th. Great to see Davidson this high up the grid. His start of the year hasn't been exactly great. It's Bouchard 5th, and Monaco, I believe, is in 6th here. And here we go, back green. Kyle Bisceglia fell out of the race, by the way, for that one. Padkar with a great start. Myatt didn't get a great start, and now Arndt's going to be all over him here. Arndt's been the only silver speed car to really come to grips with this track, as looks like Bouchard's going underneath Davidson there. Bad start there by Moshe Gurian in the 73 car, another team that wasn't expected to do all that well here. Just look at Becca Moss on the inside there, forcing 3 wide, forcing Vanderpesch out wide. You can do this kind of stuff on this track. It is wide enough to go 3 wide around. Not a very equal 3 wide situation, as Pericles seems to have a lot of handling problems with his 82 car. He did get a quicker pit stop, though, so he's going to have a handful, I think, the majority of this race. Oh, there goes the 21 around. We got another caution. That's Talia Wallish going around. And I believe something also happened to Eric Monaco. He was high up the grid. Yeah, this also happened on the restart. This didn't initially bring up the yellow, but Monaco would get turned by Jack Halleck, and around Monaco would go. Luckily, he would save it and then get back going again, but he would lose all of his track position. And then Jack Halleck, oh, this was Jack Halleck again, and Halleck would just turn Wallish around there. Luckily, there was no damage from either incident there. Luckily. I'm sorry if I said that was Halleck. That was actually Fitzwater, the other Team Pertec or Team Pertec Team Australia, Pertec Team Australia car, and well, Fitzwater would turn Wallish there. Sean Angel would just barely beat the barely beat the pace car out of the pits, as well. Sean Angel did not have a great pit stop. Neither did his teammate Alex Allen. Pit stops are the ultimate bugaboo for BFM. Luckily, they've got a car in 4th right now with Chris Dodd. However, if they got to pit him, good luck. Pad car now leads Davidson and Myatt to the green. Davidson leapfrogged Kenny Myatt on the pit stop cycle. Bad stop also for John Arndt, I believe. Arndt fell all the way back the order last I checked. Yes, he did. As now it is back to the green for the leaders on track right now. I clicked the wrong car there. As Pad car did not get as great of a start as he would have liked that time, and that actually keeps everybody right near each other. Hopefully we can get some green flag racing this time in, as hopefully we don't have the Pertec Team Australia cars screwing with everybody. As now you've got Davidson, now Myatt's looking underneath Davidson for 2nd position as, wow, Cody Lamas down low, forcing it 3 wide. This is the best result we've seen out of Lamas in years, it seems like. As Lamas goes down low 3 wide, entering turn number 1 and 2, and he's going to make it work. Moss and Dodd are going to fall back a couple of positions right there, as now Myatt has made the move stick on the 4 car, and now he's going to set his sights on the 8. So it's battle between 8v9 for the lead of the race, and looks like the 9 is actually looking pretty strong right here on this lap, as he is going to dive underneath the 8 car. Oh, and maybe steal the lead. However, the 8 gets a better run off the corner. Depends how deep the 9 takes it, and the 9 doesn't look that deep into the corner. However, the 9 is so good off the corner, but the 8 has more power down the straightaway. Not a great pit stop cycle for the Zeos Honda Brigade either, as Trek Tauger and Grayson Ace Vito are back in 34th and 33rd. And, well, that's not good for them, as, wow, looks like Lamas is going for 2nd now. Lamas looks like, or for 3rd, rather. Lamas looks like he's the fastest car on the track, and we've got a battle for the lead now between the 9 and the 8 car. And it's a massive battle. We got a yellow out on track, and that's for the 1 car going around. And I think the 8 is supposed to be in front of the 9. Yes, he did get in front of the 9. And Scott Roush pretty much dumps the 1 car here. And around goes the 1 into the grass, and I don't know why they threw a yellow for that, because I don't think that was really deserving of a yellow flag, to be fair. I mean, if we're going to throw petty yellows like that, we're going to be under caution the rest of the race. This track has plenty of runoff in the corners, and, well, I thought that one was a little silly. And a bunch of cars would actually get caught a lap down due to the pit stop cycle. There's the 1 car having to wait, the 83, the 88, the 15. And, well, I'm not sure what a couple of these cars are doing, but looks like there is a bunch of cars a lap down now that got caught there. And, well, that's it for their race, really, unless they get a lap back. And 3 wide coming off the pits isn't exactly a great idea, but we'll see how it works. One of those cars caught a lap down was 3rd placeman Zayden Davidson, who pitted, had a slow pit stop, and got caught a lap down. So now he is behind the 8 car and the 9 by a whole lap. Pad car once again will lead on the restart, and with this race, the way it's going with them throwing a lot of really ridiculous yellows, I have a feeling that we might be actually on the 2-hour clock for this race as well. So it all is depending on when they get this race done. And we're green again here, as it looks like the 8 got a great start over the inside line. It's all about if you can clear the 11 car. I'm pretty sure the 1's going to be pretty easy on the 9 here. And the 11's actually staying there as, ooh, 3 wide a little further back. That's Becca Moss with her teammate trying to get a lap back. John Arndt. John Arndt's, of course, tied for the championship leader, and we got another crash in the back. I saw the 51 was in it. And the 51, 19 of Vanderpesch, and the 22 of Chase Dunbar have all crashed out. Or have all crashed into the tire wall down there. And they're staying green for this one, actually. So maybe they've taken a little bit of a lesson there. Yeah, they tried 4 wide, and 4 wide really doesn't work well here. And the 51 didn't know that he was clear on the inside and could have slid down, and didn't know that he had 2 cars above him. So the 22, 51, and 19 really got screwed over there. Meanwhile, the 11, 20, 83, 1, and 88 have all gotten their lap back as of now, because Pad Car basically let them by, as there's 3 cars that were in the wreck having to pit. And now you're seeing just, let's see how long this is going to last, though. Now these guys are going to want to try and get a caution pretty quick here, which isn't actually an unreasonable request knowing the history in this race, but as, oh, looks like we've got somebody breaking down on track. Maybe Aiden Shepard broke down, somebody broke down. Oh no, we got a yellow maybe. And because of that yellow, Madeline Myatt, Dornan Bouchard, Grayson Acevedo, and John R. are all going to get their laps back. This one, I gotta say, was probably deserving, as the 60 would get turned by the 41 on track, and around he would go in front of the field. His teammate would get collected, as would Ryan Griffin. But the big damage went to both the Pertec Team Australia cars, as Halleck went around and Fitzwater took a lot of front-end damage there. Kenny Myatt would pit and fall to the back of the field, as Eddie Shimpadkar, who has, well, I guess dominated this race simply so far because of the caution situation, is going to lead the field back to the green here. Very aggressive racing for this race here, and we weren't really expecting this track to be such an aggressive race, but we're back to green as, oh, Padcar did not get going, and Moss wants it. Moss wants the lead of the race, and there's Wallish, who is running P3, who hasn't done anything in this race. Oh, the 80's into the grass out there, and we got a yellow already? For what? Yeah, this is what they threw the yellow for, is, well, the 3 just dumped the 59, and, well, the 59 went around. I don't know why we're throwing so many of these petty cautions, but okay. Under this yellow, the 80 car of Benjamin Dover would lose his gearbox under this yellow. So that would be it for him right there. So Benjamin Dover is going to fall out of the race. Tough break for him. Luckily, I don't think this will cost him a engine penalty. However, that cannot be said for Moshe Gurian, who would lose his engine under the yellow, actually a yellow ago. So tough break for Gurian. He would actually get an engine penalty for this one. All I want for Christmas is a green flag run. Maybe we'll get it this time. I doubt it, though, because ARCSOA seems to want to throw a bunch of yellows that don't need them. This track is wide enough, and it's got frickin' runoff, so you don't need this many yellows. Well, they're going to do whatever they want. Green flag is back out, and away we go. And now, Eddie Shimpadkar takes off into the lead of this race once again over Becca Moss, who, well, it's Becca Moss, so I don't really expect much from her. And hey, we got a couple of corners of green flag running, and maybe we'll get lucky. But as you can see, Padcar continues to lead this race, and there's a long gap between Moss and third place Lamas. Kenny Myatt needs some green flag running to get himself up through the order, as this has not been he had a really abysmal pit stop. However, he is faster than Padcar, one of the few cars out there that is faster than Padcar. So I'm willing to see what Myatt's going to do with the 9 car. Close racing in the mid-pack here with Halleck, who's been a one-man wrecking machine. The 2 car, the 78, the 6, actually 78's running near the top 10, so great to see Dormitory doing a great job there. Vince Freeze also up the order as well. Noah Hart has gotten back on the lead lap, and now Tauger's trying to, as Moss has cleared some of the lap traffic. Remember, third place is all the way back with Cody, no, not Cody Lamas, actually. I don't know who's in third. Oh, Arndt's in third. John Arndt's in P3, and now Arndt has to work his way up the grid as soon as possible as well to try and maintain his championship. Well, actually, right there he'll maintain his championship lead, because I don't think Pericles is anywhere, really. Yeah, he's 26th, so Arndt, I believe, is going to get a championship lead out of this. Credit where credit's due. The other Menervini of Marian Schallrat's in P6 with Eric Monaco in 7th. Wallish is in 8th, and he was in a caution earlier. And I thought I heard a car maybe scrape the wall somewhere. Hopefully they don't throw it. Oh, it's Becca Moss from P2 losing a tire, so Moss is going to fall out. Oh, we got a caution anyway. That might save Moss as Ray Hall and Brock went around. We got a little bit of a green flag run, not much though. What a surprise! One of the Pertecs were in it. And it looks like it was Jack Halleck this time in the Pertec Team Australia. What a novel concept, him causing a wreck today. This time I don't think it was necessarily him. It looks like the 6 turned him and then caught Ray Hall off guard there, and the 2 got turned off the 1 trying to avoid. So, not going to put too much blame on Halleck there, but once you get like 6 cautions, shouldn't he be like taken out of the race? I don't know, maybe. Padcar continues to lead, this time over Lamas and Wallish as Rock's on the tail end of the lead lap. Great start there by, oh man, this isn't going to end well. They're already 4 wide entering turn 1. And if they make this work, I will be shocked. I will be shocked. Still will be shocked, as the 2 car was very, very slow out there as the Menervini got held up by him, and that's saying a lot right there. Somehow they made that first lap work without a yellow. I'm, quite frankly, amazed at that. And, well, that didn't take long, I don't think. Nope, we're still green, apparently. Now we're not. And something broke on Trek Tauger's car, and of course Tauger's leading the pack at this stage. And, well, the 19 would hit him, and then, just as everyone's trying to get by, the 88 would clobber him. So that was needed of one. He broke down in front of the field, so I can see a caution being justified there. Due to the pit stop cycle, now Ryan Griffin goes up into 2nd place over Cody Lamas now. Wallish and the Menervini of Schalrott's back there. Green flag is out. And how in the world is a Pertec in 6th? Jack Halleck has been in 5 different wrecks today, and he's in P6? I can't believe that. And his teammate's not too far behind either. He's been in 3 of them. So, I don't know how Halleck's up there. Halleck really even shouldn't be on that track knowing how many wrecks he's been in. And he's in 6th. Ryan Griffin, however, would take over the lead of the race on the inside of Eddie Padcar. Very expert move there by Griffin to get by. Something interesting would happen to Jack Halleck here. I know, as he would make a little contact with the 84 on the straightaway here, and I think it might have cut a tire because he loses a ton of time here on the track. And looks like he's got to get into the pits, misses the pits, and has to go around again. So he has a tire down from contact with Becca Moss. Points leader Nick Pericles also would have to pit due to damage repairs. So tough break for Pericles. However, Padcar would get back underneath Ryan Griffin to take back over the lead of the race. So we finally seen somebody be able to dislodge Padcar from the lead. However, it wasn't for very long before Padcar would take it right back. Now the other Pertec Team Australia car is having issues. So Pertec Team Australia, probably where they deserve to be right now, toward the back. Battle for 3rd between DNC teammates Aiden Shepard and Bobby Jones now is heating up as Shepard is looking pretty quick on the track right now. Shepard makes the move stick and takes over 3rd completely, and now he's got to chase down the 17 and the 8. Close racing around here. This is with Halleck, 15, and Vance Caldwell. Of course, Caldwell and Curtis are battling for position as Wallish has lost a ton of time on his run here. As, oh boy, I don't like Halleck racing like that. Halleck, you're a lap down. You don't freaking battle with, like, Ace Vito and a Davidson. That is not the right thing to do. However, knock on wood, we seem to have a green flag run somewhat showing here. Hopefully we won't get a caution anytime soon as, oh, John Hart's trying an aggressive move on to get by the lap car of Halleck. I don't think he wants to get wrecked, so that might be a good move here. Halleck has, of course, not made a lot of friends today. And now Myatt seems to be the big loser behind Halleck this time, because Halleck has been the one that's been trying to, or Halleck's been holding him up. Bobby Jones is now looking to try and take 3rd position back here on the inside of Aiden Shepard. Looks for it and dives for Madeline Myatt back up to 5th after a bad run there. But Bobby Jones takes over 3rd position, or takes 3rd back. He won on a somewhat similar track at the Donut City short course. So it's great to see Bobby Jones having a pretty good run today. Reddit Davis is having a pretty good run with Vince Freeze in 6th. And Eric Monaco in 7th. I'm not sure where Ray Hall's running. Ray Hall, last I checked, wasn't too bad. Now he's down in 20th, so not too great either. But he's still on the lead lap, so great to see Reddit Davis having a good run as Weir's Eddie Shempadkar's rather large lead over 2nd place Ryan Griffin and 3rd place Bobby Jones. Through all of this calamity, Noah Hart somehow got back on the lead lap. Hart has been like a lap down since the start of this race, and it's quite impressive to see Hart still fighting for his positions here. There's Kenny Myatt actually as well. Myatt hasn't really recovered from his bad pit stop either. There was an incident on track, however, I don't believe they threw a yellow for it as Chase Dunbar, another car like Halleck, has done nothing sort of anything good. Gets into John Arnott, one of our co-points leaders, who was on the lead lap, might I add. Forces him off the track, no yellow for this. And then Arndt shows his displeasure by ramming the 22 off the road. And that might get a steward's inquiry on both of them there, because that was clearly an act of retaliation there by John Arndt. I mean, you have to just look at this quick. You're going to see right here on track, just Arndt turns into him and forces Dunbar off the road. And I think Arndt was none too happy with the driver of car 22. John Arndt would have to pit, and that's pretty much going to mean that somebody else is going to be the points leader after this race, I take it. Probably Eddie Shempadkar, the way that this race has been going. Oh, Padkar is just... oh, Padkar's pitting! Padkar's pitting, that's not good for him. From the lead, Eddie Shempadkar would have to bring it down pit road. I'm not sure if this is scheduled or not, though, as Padkar would bring it down. New leader of this race now is Ryan Griffin, as Padkar is still the only car to have pitted, and he's still on pit road as well, so Eddie Shempadkar not with a great stop. Either, as here comes Arndt out of the pits. Padkar is going to rejoin the race, however, so he's hoping for a long green flag run now if you're Eddie Shempadkar. So Ryan Griffin, the season 11 or 12 champion, I believe season 11 ARCSOA Elite Series champion now, is in the lead of the race, as now there's a battle for second heating up between, oh, I'm sorry, Madeline Myatt's in the lead. Where did she come from? Madeline Myatt had gone by both Aiden Shepard and Bobby Jones now, and the one is just a woman on a mission right now, and we didn't even notice this. The one gets by the 17 for the lead of the race, and this is when the 8 was pitting. So now Madeline Myatt, the reigning champion, is leading the race. So now it's up to Bobby Jones and the DNCs with Ryan Griffin to catch the Zeos Honda of Madeline Myatt. And Madeline Myatt was never really the most comfortable with this track, so it's kind of surprising to see her leading on it. She finished 3rd at Talladega, which is going to help her in the points if she somehow pulls this one off. Bobby Jones now is making a move for 2nd on Ryan Griffin, is going to make the move stick, I believe, and so Bobby Jones is in P2 now, trying to catch the 1 car. And now the 1 has been held up by the 83 this last couple of laps here. The 83 has been a pretty annoying back marker. I don't think he's too happy with the way that he was taken out of contention for this race. And now this is really helping the 3 car catch the 1. Bobby Jones now is very, very quick on the track, trying to catch Madeline Myatt in the lead. Wow, is that Eric Monaco up to 3rd now? Yes, he got by both Ryan Griffin and Aiden Shepard in 1 move, or actually within a couple laps, actually, not 1 move. And now Monaco's in 3rd, and now you've got Bobby Jones looking underneath the 1 for the lead of the race. You've also got Eric Monaco up there going for his first win in his career. So now, ever since Padkar had to pit, this race is completely up in the air now, and this race has gotten a whole lot more competitive, if you ask me, as the 3 now is trying to get by car 1. But the 24's there as well, so looks like the 3, well, the 1 has got to be livid with the 83 cars. The 3 does take the lead of the race here. However, the 1 is fighting back on the outside. The 3 is going to get a good run on the 83, the lap car as well. And yes, oh boy, the 1 is annoyed with the 83 car. They're trying on the outside to get by, maybe forcing it 3 wide. Look at the 83 chopper off. So the 83, well, I think they were going to give him the benefit of the doubt for the retaliation, though. But I'm thinking right here, for blocking lead lap cars, the 83 could be getting a strike. And finally, he seems to get to the high line. And if I'm Maddie Myatt, I would be, well, Maddie Myatt's still not by. Maddie Myatt, I think, really got held up there. And up, here she goes finally. And she definitely shook her fist at John Arndt there. And John Arndt's racing her, too. John Arndt's racing her. And I don't know what Arndt's doing now. And now finally the one, and now the one gets by him. But the 6 in the process is going to get by as well. Meanwhile, the 24 is setting up the 3, or trying to set up the 3 as his teammate's not exactly being a great backmarker. Now you've got Aiden Shepard trying to take over second from the 24 car. So now you've got DNCs all over the place right here at the front of this field, whether they're a lap down or not. And now Shepard's taking over second. So now it's a DNC 1-2. Meanwhile, Eddie Shimpadkar, a lap down, or a number of laps down, is, well, fast. As now finally Aiden Shepard's going for the lead on the 3. So Aiden Shepard takes over, and the 4th DNC car takes over the lead of the race. So now Shepard is your leader. Shepard's never won a race before, and now Shepard might get a shot at this one. Now Chris Dodd's coming up into 3rd place with with almost 71 laps to go. So now Dodd's the driver to watch here, as now he's trying to take over 2nd position away from Bobby Jones. You're seeing also, oh man, I was going to say, if Jack Halleck's on the lead lap, I would be very impressed in his recovery effort there. Ryan Griffins and the Freeze car are right now battling for 6th. Noah Hart's actually on a move now, up to 8th, taking over from DJ Curtis and Jake Baskinger. And now you've got a couple of cars like Ace Vito and Myatt back here as well. Meanwhile, Aiden Shepard in the lead of this race has opened up a pretty big lead, if you ask me. And now Shepard is currently dogfighting some of these lap cars like Halleck. And Bobby Jones now is trying to hold off Dodd. And that's a very important thing to watch here. Is there's Halleck again. I made a mistake. I thought that was Fitzwater. Fitzwater just got lapped by 6th. And now you've got Jones and Dodd are battling for 2nd now. Chris Dodd, numerous bad pit stops for the BFM Brigade now, is going to try and take over 2nd position from Bobby Jones. Close racing here between Trek Tauger and Becca Moss. This is for 26th. Very important position, and numerous laps down, of course. And, wow, it's getting windy back there. Look at the trees. And, Becca Moss now is going to lose a bunch of more track position as well. Some of these lead lap cars are quite honestly faster than her. So now Chris Dodd is trying to chase down Aiden Shepard. Dodd is quite a bit faster than Shepard. And, Chris Dodd right now is doing his best as now Monaco has gotten by Bobby Jones again. And now has to deal with the 2 Team Pertec cars, or Pertec Team Australia cars, who have, like I said, been nothing short of a complete menace on the track. Both of them have been. However, Monaco does look pretty strong today. So Shepard now leads with no lap cars right now in between himself, Dodd, and Monaco, and now you got Padcar being lapped again on. No, Padcar actually is working his way through the field to get one of his laps back on merit. Actually, his only lap back on merit, because he's only 1 lap down. And Padcar, if he gets his lap back and then catches a caution, that might be a good... Actually, if he... Either way, Padcar would either need to pass all these lead lap cars and hope for a caution, or... Oh, and he might cause the caution right there as the 24 goes around! Did they throw a yellow for that? No, they didn't! And that could be getting a steward's inquiry right there, because I'm thinking that we've got now green flag pit stops. I'm thinking the 8 car was almost intentionally trying to bring out the yellow by wrecking a car there. Now, granted, we knew that he was probably pitting, but oh boy, if you're Eddie Shimpadkar, I would not have done that. And we're going to take a look here, and doesn't really give him a shot to go into the pits. He just dumps him. And ARCSOA wasn't going to throw a yellow for that because he basically saved his car. Monaco did, but come on, Eddie Shim, that wasn't very cool. So race leader at the time, Aiden Shepard, has pitted, and I believe the 8 is going to take over the lead of this race here, if I'm not mistaken. However, the 8's, of course, on a totally different pit strategy. Yes, the 8's leading over a couple of other cars. I believe Ryan Griffin could take over second here. And oh boy, Eric Monaco doesn't look happy. Oh boy, and that's going to be a very tough car for Padcar to pass. Now, Padcar's in the lead of the race, and he was trying to throw a yellow there, which would have benefited him because the 6 would have been... Well, no, actually, that wouldn't have benefited him. I don't know if I like that move, though, by Padcar there. I think that looked pretty intentional. Dodd was coming out of the pits at a pretty rapid rate and chopped off the nose of the 37. I think we also heard some contact a little further back coming out of the pits as well. Whoa, look at the 16 come out. Look at the 9 come out blocking people. And now second position now is Aiden Shepard, and right here Padcar's got such a monstrous lead, I believe. No one's going to catch him at this rate. So Padcar's lapped up to 4th position. However, he's got to pick because he's on a different cycle. And with Eddie Padcar doing what he was doing, I don't like this at all, what he's doing right here. And that looked very, very fishy. And if there's a caution here, Padcar's going to end up with a huge advantage. However, Padcar is quite a bit slower than the other cars out on track right now because his tire wear is way off cycle of everybody else's. So Padcar is really losing a lot of ground here and losing it quickly, so he's going to need to pit soon, but he's just hoping for a yellow. John Art has grenaded the motor in the 83 car, I believe, and that's going to be his race done there. We're going to see if it was because of an engine failure or if something else was wrong, but that might be another engine, or that might be an engine on Art. And I think that would be all Silver Speed cars down to 5 engines, so that's not good for that team. Eric Monaco's also got a pit for a tire issue as well, so Monaco's going to lose all that good grace he had, and if I'm Eric Monaco, I'd be fuming at Eddie Padcar for what he did there, because this could have been a career day for Monaco. And Eddie Padcar is just slow right now. But remember, like I said, when he gets on better tires, he will be in the good here, but it's just a question of how long can he stay out before second place Aiden Shepard catches him. Or is Lamas in second? No, Lamas is not in second. Lamas went a lap down. And actually, so we're in a situation where the 8's got to pit soon. He just does. And now the 6 has caught the back of the 8 car and is trying everything he can to get by car number 8, the 6 is. And, well, the 8's doing his best to hold the position here, but the 6 is just so much better than him. And everybody is swarming the 8 car here. And, well, the 8's just got to hope for a caution now, really, because he lost the lead now and he just has to make sure that he can pit without going a lap down. And car number 8 would pit on lap 128 of 170. Now, we know the other guys are going to need to pit. I'm not sure if Padcar will. It's going to be a long way to go if he doesn't pit. But now with the 6 in the lead, and if there's no cautions the rest of the way, where is second position? Second position's a long way back, actually. That will be Dodd, I believe, eventually. I don't know if he beat Padcar at the line there. Yeah, but Dodd will be in second, Jones will be in third, fourth will be Griffin, and then fifth will be Bastier, sixth being Freeze. However, a debris caution would fly on lap 132, which effectively screwed over car number 8. I think well-deserved, too, after some of the shenanigans that he was pulling. ARCSOA apparently waited until he pitted to avoid that. Wow, the 6. Oh, the 6 and the... Oh, boy, something happened with Fitzwater and the leader. Uh-oh. I don't know if I liked that. Okay, the yellow's already out here, and Fitzwater and Tauger... Well, that was on Tauger, really. That wasn't Fitzwater. Just slid up, didn't turn, and well, Shepard was a little innocent bystander there. But anyway, ARCSOA, in a bit of karmic retribution, was debris off the track. Specifically waited, oh boy, there's some contact there between Van der Pesch, Caldwell and Pericles under yellow. But ARCSOA apparently waited to get this until Pad Car pitted. Simply because, and they said that was enough of a penalty there. Ooh, something happened with the 81 now on the track. So there's a lot of calamity going on right now. So they aren't going to give Pad Car a penalty. Lucky for him. However, they purposely waited until he had pitted to call the debris yellow. So Pad Car ended up getting screwed over by a couple laps, and now his strategy's screwed. So he's not winning this race now, I don't think. Shepard leads with Grayson Acevedo actually in second position. Kenny Myatt and Caldwell are, of course, on the tail end of the lead lap, as Shepard now is on the outside. Oh boy, gosh, oh golly. With the end of this race coming near, I kind of thought this would happen. We might be going back to the wrecking ways of this track. 4 wide down the straightaway here, with a bunch of cars all on different laps here, and these are all lead lap cars actually. Duking it out. Oh, watch out for Zayden Davidson out there. Jack Halleck, who might be getting forced to go 4 wide with Halleck. That might be a bad idea. And oh snap, this could be bad. Oh, the 11 and the 48 go off the track. That's still green, still green. We'll take a look and see what happened there in a second. But the 48's going to lose a ton of time on track. In second place, man, Grayson Acevedo is going to lose a bunch of positions on track as well. And you knew this wasn't going to last long, as the 82 of Pericles would get turned by the 15 of DJ Curtis. Around they go, nearly clobber Vanderpesch there, and somebody else is on pit road. That is actually Alex Allen, so he might have gotten a bit lucky there. The cars that really got lucky here are Kenny Myatt, who gets back on the lead lap, and Eddie Shumpadkar, who gets one of his 2 laps back, and Vance Caldwell should get one of his laps back as long as Shepard doesn't beat him to the line. And yes, Caldwell will get his lap back, so Caldwell will remain on the lead lap. As you can see, we are approaching the 2-hour limit of this race, so I don't think we're going to see the full 170 laps in this one here. We only have about 8 minutes to go. This is a timed race. Now, it's the first time I think we've ever had to resort to the time, actually, in this one. It's been a long race, to be fair. And now Shepard, all he has to do is hold off for the victory here for a couple of laps here, or for a couple more minutes. It's going to be about 6 more minutes, and he's got it. He's going to be praying for yellows. However, we might see our first 2-lap dash if that is the case. With Shepard and all the lead lap cars might be going for a 2-lap dash if there's a quick yellow. Shepard's loving what he's seeing with Wallish forcing Dodd to the high line. He does not want to see a 2-lap dash take place, I don't think, as Dodd now is, oh boy, here we go. Remember, we only have under 6 minutes to go in this race, and this is where things get incredibly critical, as Dodd now is faster than the 6 car. Is faster than the 6. And oh boy, this is going to be a rather interesting race. And we got a car around! That's the 50, or that's one of the Pertec Team Australia's. That's Halleck again going around, and that's going to be a yellow. And that could force a 2-lap dash if they don't get going by within the next 5 minutes. And this was caused by Baskinger. Baskinger would just hook him, and around goes Halleck into the wall. It is the 2-hour mark, but the lights did go out. So they will be doing 2 more laps on this track here. The lights went out. And if they do 2 more laps, the race is done. If the caution comes out beyond this point, it's done. And Shepard's the winner. So the 2-hour minute mark here, this is the first time I think ARCSOA's ever gone to the 2-hour limit. Remember, it is now... Actually, no, we're hearing that because of the way the race started, we have to go to 2:06. Never mind, because the race started at about 6 minutes, I believe. So we have to go to 2:06, so this is not the 2-hour limit yet. I apologize. So if we take the look here, at 6 minutes and 20 seconds is when the green flag flew. So we have to get to 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 20 seconds for the race to be official. So I made a mistake there. It's not 2 hours on the clock. You have to wait till 2:06:20. 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 20 seconds for it to be an official race. So we still have a little bit to go. And then if it gets to lap 160 by the time 2 hours and 6 minutes and 20 seconds comes up, then they will finish the race too, because if it's within 10 to go, they're going to let it run to the full 130 miles. So Shepard's going to want to go slow enough to get the race done at 2 hours and 5 minutes, but fast enough. It's a very confusing situation. Oh, bad start by Shepard. Bad start. He might be choking this one away if he's not careful. Remember, they're going to need to get to 2 hours and 5 minutes. And if it's under caution, then they're going to have a 2-lap dash. But if it goes over 160, then they're going to finish it. It's kind of confusing, and I think ARCSOA needs to clarify the rule a bit here. But it's all incredibly important here, and it looks like Shepard just wants to try and get ahead of all these lap cars and get it to under 10 to go. Oh, but we got a crash! And I think that's going to solidify us going to a 2-lap dash. That's, unless it's oh, they kept it green! They kept it green! That is Shepard, or I'm sorry, that's Tauger and Curtis that went around. However, I think with the way they're racing, we're not going to be under green at the end of this one, I don't think. They're just going to let it race. Remember, if they get, before they get to 2:06:20, if they get to 160, then they're going to 170. It's a very confusing system, but it's going to play out that way. So the 2-hour limit is upon us now. And Aiden Shepard currently has a pretty big lead over second position now. Chris Dodd. Third is now Roman Rahal, and oh boy, we got a car around. Are they going to throw a yellow? I don't think so. 51 and the 11 were in it. That was the 5th place car of Grayson Ace Vito. Shepard still leads, as it looks like now Pad Car is going to try and get back on the lead lap with his nice new tires. With the end of this race approaching, I don't know if they're going to make it to 2:06:20 by the time 160 comes around. They would have to stay green. Shepard now is probably betting on wanting a caution and then just doing 2 laps. However, it'd be a double file restart with all the lead lap cars. And that would, but Pad Car would be in the back. So they're going to want, so Shepard's probably going to want to bring it home. I don't know what he's going to want. It would get rid of a lot of these lap cars, but Shepard is in just a bad situation. He wants to get to 2. I think now you just want to get to 160 now and just hold everybody off, because you don't have... Although, here comes Vince Freeze in second position now. And Freeze is a man on a mission trying to chase Shepard down. And he is fast. He is very, very fast. And they're going to get there, I think, if they stay green. They are going to get there. Even if they throw a yellow, I think they're going to get there. Here comes Freeze down low. He has newer tires, and Freeze is going to take over the lead of the race. Shepard's choking it away right before our eyes. And they're going to get to they have to complete 160. So they've got one more lap before they go to 170. And they are going to, I think, get that, because if they even have a yellow, they're going to make it. So now it is an official race to the full distance of it, so we're not going to have a time finish here. And Freeze is now the leader of the race in Team Reddit Davis. And now the other Reddit Davis is closing in as well. Remember, the race can't finish under yellow anymore. So now, and actually, wow, the Reddit Davis is faster than Pad Car. That kind of tells you something about how nimble those Reddit Davis cars are. It is now an official race to 170 or until the first green flag finish. So now, Vince Freeze is your leader of the race. Needing a good result here. Here they go. Baskinger's now up into third. Baskinger wants revenge after his Road Atlanta loss, but it's That's going to be a long way for him to catch, if you ask me. He's all over the back of Shepard, who choked away a good win. Locked up, he choked it away. He's going to need to hope for something to happen to the leaders, as now Baskinger takes over second. It is a race to the finish now. Freeze leads. Noah Hart's now a threat in this race, as he's up to 4th position, and he's going to try and pass Shepard for 3rd. So if there's a caution, there's nothing short of a bunch of people that could win this race. They would need a caution pretty quick, though, if they're going to have one and get a non-2-lap dash restart. And now, Hart's up to 2nd, but Baskinger looks faster than Freeze, and Hart looks faster than both of them. And it's all up to what Padcar is going to do with Freeze here. Baskinger slides wide. Hart's going for 2nd now. Hart is going for P2. But isn't going to get it, obviously, right there. Dodd is going for 4th, so it looks like Aiden Shepard's old tires are really hurting him now. 6 laps to go in this race. What is Padcar going to do with leader Freeze? Had you have said that Vince Freeze or Team Reddit Davis car would be in the lead of a race with only 5 laps to go, I would have said you were kidding me, especially this early in the season. But Freeze has a serious shot at this as long as Padcar doesn't screw with him. Now, there probably will be some lap traffic for Freeze to deal with. Maybe. Tauger's up there. And it looks like Baskinger's trying everything to get by Padcar. Padcar, that is a nice buffer for Freeze to deal with, because Padcar's not the easiest car to lap. Here comes Dodd down low on Hart. Not going to get it there. 4 laps to go for Vince Freeze. It has been one of the weirdest, yet one of the more entertaining, probably the most entertaining race of the season, if you ask me. Once you get these green flag runs, it has been an absolutely awesome second half of the race. And now Freeze is setting up, looking with 3 to go at his first victory, because Padcar doesn't seem to be able to do anything here. Don once again tries down low. Baskinger can't do anything with Padcar. And it's 3 to go for Freeze. However, Freeze is going to have to deal with Tauger, I think, with 1 to go. We're on the last lap as Baskinger finally looks underneath Padcar. Finally, as Dodd finally gets underneath Hart. And this is the closest thing Dodd's going to get to a home race. Of course, Dodd's from Puerto Rico. And now, Mexico's pretty much the only thing he's got going for him. Is 2 laps to go for Vince Freeze. Baskinger has made the move. However, I don't think Baskinger's got enough time, especially if Freeze doesn't catch the 31. However, he is going to catch the 31 with the white flag coming. As long as Freeze doesn't lose it here. Oh, looks like Roush is on pit road. White flag is in the air for Vince Freeze. Here we go. Vince Freeze makes the move by Tauger. A Reddit Davis car is in the lead on the last lap. Dodd is making a move on Baskinger, so this is really a race for 2nd now, with a lap car blocking. However, I think Dodd's going to get it. However, all eyes are on Vince Freeze. Pretty much the upset at the start of the year. Vince Freeze wins the round of Mexico. In for Team Reddit Davis in a shocking, shocking finish. Team Reddit Davis is jumping up and down like they've won the championship after that. They had no clue that they were going to win this race, but they have. Vince Freeze is pulling off Dodd 2nd, Baskinger 3rd. 4th is going to go to Noah Hart, and Eric Monaco goes around again, entering the pits by Aiden Shepard. Shepard probably taking out his frustrations there. And you got to feel bad for Shepard because he was on course for his first victory there, but Vince Freeze pulls it off. An upset victory. Congratulations to Freeze in probably with the longest 130-mile race in ARCSOA history, time-wise. Let's go to your full finishing results. So Vince Freeze won the race, Chris Dodd 2nd, Jake Baskinger 3rd, Noah Hart 4th, Aiden Shepard 5th, Roman Rahal 6th, Bobby Jones 7th, Zayden Davidson 8th, 9th goes to Kenny Myatt, 10th goes to Madeline Myatt, 11th goes to Marian Sharot, 12th goes to Dormitory, 13th to Curtis, 14th to Ace Vito, 15th to Vance Codwell. Of course, that's the end of the points. 16th to Griffin, just missing out. 17th to Padcar, 18th to Monaco, 19th to Wallish, 20th to Pericles, 21st to Lamas, 22nd to Roush, 23rd to Angel, 24th to Vanderpesch, 25th to Fitzwater, 26th to Halleck, 27th to Moss, 28th to Tauger, 29th to Dunbar, 30th to Allen, 31st to Brock, 32nd to Arndt, who is going to get an engine, 33rd to Bouchard, who fell out for unknown reasons, 34th to Dover, 35th to Green, and 36th to Kyle Bichelia. Let's go down to your points after the finish. It may be hard to see, but your points are, we're just trying something here to see if I can get them all on one page. 50 for Pericles, 50 for Arndt, so no change at the top of the chart. Aiden Shepard jumps up to third despite not winning the race like he thought he was going to. He has 3 fifth-place finishes, so that gets him up the order. Baskinger is in 4th. Bouchard, Rayhold, and Dodd all are sitting on 33 points. Padcar is sitting on 32. Jones, Fries, and Jones and Fries are on 30. Madeline Myers with 26. Noah Hurt, Bichelia, Curtis, Roush, Griffin, Monaco, Davidson, Kenny Myatt, Vanderpesch, Dover, Chalront, Dormitory, Gurian, Halleck, Ace Vito, and Codwell all have points. Tauger, Brock, Moss, Alex Allen, Sean Angel, Wallish, Dunbar, Lamas, and Fitzwater all do not have any points after this race. So they're all going to want to get onto the board. However, it's still early in the season. The next race is going to be in Brazil at the Autodromo de Alfonso Cordova, one of the more popular tracks on the schedule. We will see you then for the final race of the year, or not the year, but the final race before the American 700, which is the next double points race. And it might also award, and it is also, ARCSOA's toying with possibly going to award points for qualifying on pole, it being the only race to do so. Anyway, we'll see you then.